Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Happy New Year. I hope you guys have been doing well. I hope you had a good start to the new year so far. But today is actually the first time me filming in 2022, and I thought the perfect way to start off the new year would be a makeup predictions video. So I'm going to share some of the predictions I have for the makeup industry and what I personally would just like to see in general. So it's a bit of both, but I did see that Kelly and Angelica last year, well, they do it like every year, but they uploaded their makeup predictions, and I'll leave that down below as well because it's just really nice to see other predictions that other creators have, because I feel like we do have different predictions, so it's really cool to see. So I'll leave that down below. But with that being said, if you guys are curious to hear what I want to see in the makeup industry and my predictions for 2022, then please continue watching. So firstly, I want to talk about what I want to see in the makeup industry, not my predictions, just what I would like to see generally. And I have mentioned a lot of these in some past videos, but I think it's just always important to say. But the first thing I would love to see more in the makeup industry is more recognition for Asian brands, for Asian collabs. I would love to see these rise up a little bit more and just see more creators talk about Asian brands and Asian collabs in general. Personally, for me, I don't really see it that much. And saying that, I'm not subscribed to a lot of beauty YouTubers. I would say I'm subscribed to more lifestyle, but even so, I don't see a lot of people reviewing Asian brands or K-beauty in 2022. I would love to see more of that because I think it is very, very important. I guess I just would like to see more creators like just support more Asian owned businesses and Asian brands, because I really don't see a lot. I mean, I could be totally wrong, maybe I'm just not subscribed to enough beauty creators, but I would say for the most part I don't really see an emphasis on Asian brands. That's something I always would love to see a little bit more. But I want to say, speaking of Asian collabs, I do just want to talk about my collab with Oden's Eye, the Red Dragon palette, because this did sell out. Yeah! And I can't believe it did, because honestly the amount of units we had, like, I couldn't imagine selling it out, you know what I mean? Like, it was a lot of units. I said, oh, I would love to sell this out before the year ends. It sort of did happen because, well, it happened for me on New Year's Day, but technically, like, in the US, on the other side of the world, it was still New Year's Eve, and that's when I got the notification. So it was New Year's Eve somewhere. It was 2021 somewhere. So, like, you know, regardless, did sell it out before the end of our collab period, which would have been the end of January this month. I can't believe how fast like 6 months has gone by and all the love that you guys have shown to Red Dragon. I just wanted to come on camera and just say thank you to you guys for supporting this, because that is like what I want to see. Like, even if this is not my collab, like, it is just so important to support collaborations, because if it does well, then the brand would be like, oh wow, okay, maybe we should do this again. You know what I mean? So I'm just all for it, and I can't believe I had the chance to create a palette like this, expressing my culture at that as well. It literally was like the perfect first collab I could have ever asked for. I just wanted to come on camera and just say thank you to you guys for supporting my collab. It really does mean the world, but all good things must come to an end. The next one is more like makeup content related. So I would say in the past year, I have been addicted to TikTok. I feel like in 2021 is where I grew to love TikTok so much. Like, I was that person in the beginning that couldn't understand TikTok. I still don't really know how to work the app that well. Like, I edit my TikToks on Final Cut Pro, which is what I edit my YouTube videos on. Like, I'm not that great on editing on the app, you know what I mean? But I feel like I have a really good For You page now. It's really like niche to me and what I like. And in makeup TikTok, I feel like it reminds me the earlier days of YouTube, where it's a lot of tutorial based, because these days on YouTube, tutorial based is not as popular as they used to be. But I feel like on TikTok, it's very like personal and it's a lot of tutorials. But I will see like these TikToks, and I'm not trying to like bash on any creators, like, I'm really not. I'm a creator myself, I would never do that. But sometimes I feel attacked when I see these TikToks about like do's and don'ts, like, if you do your makeup like this, you are wrong. Maybe I'm just sensitive. My love language is words of affirmation, so when someone says I suck, I'm like, yeah, I do suck. But you know, when they say like, if you do this, your makeup sucks, you should do this, I personally don't like that layout of giving information. I think for me personally, when I watched earlier YouTube and I was a beginner in makeup, I felt like very influenced by a lot of tutorials. So if I was a beginner and someone told me, do this, don't do that, like your makeup will suck if you do it like this, I will do it the way they tell me to. But I don't necessarily think that is correct. I think, for example, like back in the day, I used to draw my brows very, very thick because everybody was drawing their brows very thick. But in reality, thick brows didn't fit my face shape. I think thinner, straight brows do. And back then, I would do my brows very thick and very arched. And I used to only love full coverage foundation. But now that I'm a little older, I have really grown into my makeup style. So I guess a better way would be like, oh, if your foundation is cakey, maybe try this. Or like, you know, something like a little bit like softer. You know what I mean? Instead of being like, don't do this, don't do that, because in reality I don't really think there is any rules to makeup. If you like thick brows, thin brows, full coverage, light coverage, like whatever, if you like to pack it on, then that's fine too. If that's your style, that's your style. I just feel like, I know it's not as deep as I'm making it to be, like, you know, I think it is just I'm a little sensitive, but I guess, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh, is my makeup actually that bad because I'm not doing it like this? But in reality, I know what fits my face shape a little bit, and obviously, who knows, maybe in 2023 my makeup style would change from this to something even different. But I don't know, I feel like makeup is just so personal. There's really no do's or don'ts. There are obviously some tips you can do if you want less cakey under eyes or softer eye look, but I think just generally it's a little harsh hearing that your makeup sucks because I'm not doing it like how they're doing it, you know what I mean? You know, I'm not trying to bash anyone or anything, I'm really not. It's just I'm a little sensitive soul. They would word it a little bit nicely, you know? You know, that's all I'm asking for. But alright, let's move into some makeup predictions that I think we might see. The first one I think is maybe more K-beauty like traits or trends move into the Western side of makeup, which I feel like Western makeup, they do get a lot of influence from K-beauty, like with the glitters and the skin tint and the lip tints. I think we'll see more of that this year, and just in the future I think there'll be more emphasis on that. I even think maybe we might see more like sheer eyeshadows, like similar to K-beauty, rather than all the pigmented and metallicness that we have seen, which, you know, I of course love, but I think maybe we might lean more into something a little bit more sheer. I also think we might see more textured eyeshadows, so I'm talking glitter, sparkly eyeshadows, multi-chrome. With glitter, I don't know, I feel like it's really 50-50 when it comes to the Western side of makeup. I feel like we might see more glitters from more brands, I'm not too sure, but sparkly eyeshadow for sure. I feel like sparkly eyeshadows is all the rage right now, and then multi-chromatic eyeshadows. I know that's popular in the indie side of makeup, but I think maybe that will get a little bit more popularized by like maybe bigger brands. I think we'll just see more like textures on our eyes. And another prediction I have is face stickers. So for example, Pony came out with some in her collab with Morphe, and then there's a brand, I think it's called like Simi Haze. They have these like eyeliner stickers that you can stick on that look like neon eyeliners. They look pretty like good, to be honest. Like I actually wanted to get some, but it is pretty expensive, that brand. But I think we'll see more of this kind of stuff where it looks like makeup, like you drew it on, but it really is just stickers. I think it's a very fast and convenient way to apply. And the final prediction I have, I actually saw it on TikTok, but it was more like a fashion prediction, but I think we can kind of like migrate that into makeup, and that is pearls. So that TikTok I saw, they said like, oh, pearls are coming back, but for me, you guys know how much I love pearls. My Chinese name like translates into little pearl or some sort like that. Pearls have always had such a significant meaning to me, and I've been telling you guys to get that pearl headband of yesstyle for like 2 years now. So my love for pearls has never died. I think it's so classy and it's so timeless. I've always just had pearls in my life. For me, whenever I get married or anything, like I don't want a diamond ring, I want a pearl ring. Maybe some people will think that's weird, but personally, pearls are just more me rather than a diamond. That's just how much I love pearls. So I think we might see more pearls into the makeup industry perhaps, like maybe more in like packaging. I saw this pearl packaging from, I think it's the brand Chantetel, I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, but they came out with this like highlighter, I think, and the whole top is all pearl. I also have these like pearl stickers that I like to stick on my eyes whenever I do some eye looks, so I don't know, maybe we can see more pearls in the makeup industry somehow. Maybe more like pearlescent, like a pearl collection or some sort. Maybe that would translate more into makeup as well. And then for this section, I have more like brand focused predictions or what I would like to see from these certain brands. So I have a lot of favorite brands, but I'm just going to talk about my favorite like 4 brands. So that would be M Cosmetics, Colourpop, Unleashia, and I also want to talk about Oden's Eye as well. So first up with M Cosmetics. So Michelle Phan has like sort of teased a couple prototypes on her channel. So I think I saw something like an eyebrow tint or some sort, something for the brows, and then she also hinted to something like a liquid glitter. I think we can expect to see something like that from M Cosmetics. I'm always so hyped for all of their launches, but I kind of predict, or what I would like to see from M Cosmetics is a little lilac collection. So you know how they're iconic names. If you're familiar with M Cosmetics, you will know these shade names. You will know Magic Hour, Venetian Rose, and Faded Clementine. Like that is M Cosmetics shade names, right? So they have a whole line for these 3 shades. They got the palette, they got the lip color. They just have a whole bunch of products in those shade names. And I was thinking like what would be the next like iconic shade that they could do. And I'm not too sure what it would be, but I think Little Lilac would be a really nice one since spring is coming up. For those of you guys in the US, I think it would be a really good like spring launch. So they only have the Little Lilac in the serum blush. So I could see them doing a lip cushion to match with that. Also their eyeshadow palette as well, because I think lilac would be a really great way for them to add some color into their line, but still keeping it soft and feminine, keeping into the brand. Because I don't see M Cosmetics doing like a bright rainbow palette. That's just not on brand for them. But I think lilac would be a great way to add color into their brand, and especially because the Pantone color of 2022 is like purple or like lavender, like that family. I think that would be actually, oh my gosh, that would be so perfect. I'm getting like goosebumps right now. Like, what if this is already in the works and it's happening? Come to the end of the year, it doesn't happen at all. I do want to recap this video at the end of the year and see if anything that I said in today's video will come true. Honestly, I don't know. I don't feel confident with my predictions because I feel like sometimes I live such in a bubble that I'm not really sure. But I can really see Little Lilac coming together because I think Little Lilac is probably a really popular shade in their serum blushes. So I can see that happening, and I hope it happens because it makes perfect sense. And then what I also would love to see is like a skin tint. Since they came out with their cushion foundation, I don't know, was that last year or was that 2020? Oh, I have no sense of time anymore, guys. I feel like when you're in lockdown, that lockdown period like did not happen. Like you just skipped those couple of months. So I don't even know when it came out, but it came out, you know, within the past year. And I can definitely see them doing like a skin tint, like something liquid, not in a cushion form. So maybe we'll see that. And then from a Colourpop, I definitely can see them doing a lot more collabs because they did so many collabs this past year. But I would love to see more collabs with like anime. I know that's not going to be for everyone because it is quite niche, but you know how they did it with Sailor Moon, and I feel like the Sailor Moon one went so well, like it's sold out like crazy. And then like Animal Crossing, maybe they could do something with like Pokemon or even like One Piece, like very iconic animes, you know, that's like, I feel like Pokemon, like even non-anime lovers, you know, you would know. I feel like Pokemon is so big that could be a really good collab because the packaging and everything they do, like the little details, is very top notch. I think they do a really good job with their collabs, so maybe more like anime collabs perhaps. I definitely think they are going to release more non-makeup items, sort of like kind of like merch items in a way. So I have like these hair clips that they came out with, these butterfly clips, and then also in the Mandalorian collection they came out with mirrors. They came out with a lot of these mirrors, and they also came out with a candle in their Hocus Pocus collection. So I can see them doing a lot more like non-makeup items, maybe like even leaning towards home. And they have their Soul Body brand, which is for the body, so I can see them doing like loafers or like, you know, like the scrubbing materials, like tools. I can see them doing a lot more tools or something like that. I just feel like ColourPop would just be expanding and expanding more and more. I also want to predict that they are going to do another base line. So we have currently the Pretty Fresh. I'm not too sure if the No Filter is still available because I know the No Filter powder is gone, but I'm not sure about the No Filter foundation if that's still there. But the last one they came out with was Pretty Fresh, and I think that came out in, I think it might have been 2019, so that's been a couple years now. You guys know how much I love the tinted moisturizer, but I think they will come out with a new baseline. Whether that's going to be something like a skin tint, maybe something even more sheer than the Pretty Fresh, or they're gonna do something full coverage, because I feel like the Pretty Fresh foundation is like medium to full. But I have been asking for a cushion foundation from ColourPop. I hope that comes out this year, but I don't necessarily see that happening. But it is what I'm wishing for. It is what I wished for a very long time. And then to just wrap up on ColourPop, I wanted to talk about their latest rose collection, because you guys know I have been asking for a rose gold collection from ColourPop for a very, very long time now. And a lot of you guys did send me a message on my cat Instagram, since I don't have my main Instagram, but a lot of you guys also tagged me as well. And from the pictures I saw, the mattes look kind of peachy rather than like rosy. So it's a palette that I want to see in person before I make a judgment, but first impressions, I'm not so sure. Maybe my expectation was just so high, and then when I saw it, I was just like, this wasn't right. But maybe when I get it, I'll fall in love with it, and it's going to be my favorite palette of 2022. Who knows? I'm gonna see if I'm gonna get it in PR. If I don't, I'm gonna pick it up. And I also want to get the Smoke and Roses palette as well. So I'm just gonna see if I get anything in PR, and if I don't, then I'll pick it up myself, and then we can decide, is this actually a rose gold collection? Because you guys know I've been asking for that. I was like, let me do the rose gold collection. I didn't even know what I would do, but yeah, I guess it finally came true. I guess it did. But we'll have to see if it actually is. And then on to Unleashia. I think there's a lot of predictions I have for this brand, because their lineup is not so big. They only have a few products. So what I would like to see is like a liquid glitter liner. Something like the Urban Decay, what is it called? The Urban Decay, I don't even know what it's called anymore. Oh, it's like on the tip of my tongue. You guys know what I mean. I'll put a photo here. It's the Urban Decay liquid liner, something like that, maybe. I could definitely see them doing. I'm actually wearing one of their glitter gels on my under eye right now, because they do have like a lot of glitter in their line. I also want to see like a complexion product from them, so like maybe a cushion or a face tint or a tinted moisturizer, something on that sort. I definitely can see them doing that. But other than that, I feel like Unleashia, because they don't have a lot of products, the options are so vast. So I'll just leave my predictions and what I want from the brand to these two things. And then lastly, the last brand I want to talk about is Oden's Eye. So I definitely want them to do another round of Legendary Diversa. Maybe not call it Legendary Diversa, but like another round of collabs with creators. I think because I have been in that position to do so, it would be so amazing if they collab with more creators, bring more culture, like something like they did with this as well. It's such an amazing experience, and I would love for more creators to experience that, because getting a collab palette really, like, especially when you're like a small content creator, it almost seems like impossible to get that opportunity. So I would love Oden's Eye to do that. I also can see them expanding their lip range. So they came out with these lipstick early last year, and a lot of the colors, they're beautiful. Like my favorite shades are in that line, but they are very warm, and I can see that maybe not everybody would like a warm tone lip color. They might want something a little bit more nude or mauvey. So I can see them expanding that line. And Oden's Eye also doesn't have like a full line of products. They don't have complexion. They just have like cheek products. So I don't know if they'll do complexion, because I know complexion will be a very big thing to do, because it was shade range and formulation, like it would be very intense. So maybe like completing the eyes, I can see them maybe doing like an eyeliner, mascara perhaps, maybe even lashes. But I think Oden's Eye would do a really good lip tint. So they do have their matte lip tints, which are more like liquid lipsticks, but I would love like, you know, like a K-beauty lip tint from Oden's Eye. I think they would do a really good job, because I love the shades of their lip colors. They do such a good job with their tones. But yeah, I think those are some things I would love to see from Oden's Eye. And that is pretty much everything that I did want to talk about in today's video. These are some predictions I've had, and just general things I would like to see in the beauty industry. I would love to know what you guys would love to see in the beauty industry. Did you agree with me on some things, disagree? I would love to know, because I think it's fun to just predict, and it's exciting that another year has come around and what other things we're gonna see and what's gonna be like trendy and what's gonna go out, all the new collections. It's very exciting to me. I'm very excited to see what this new year has in store for us. So let me know what you guys think, and if you guys did enjoy today's video, if you could give the video a thumbs up for me, I'd appreciate it so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I love you so much, and I'll go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye!